Pepper says, are you ready to do some spring cleaning in this kitchen? I know I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we are back in this kitchen, giving it a good cleaning and organizing. For the springtime, I wanted to focus in here because even though the outside of it looks pretty nice, the cabinets and everything, we just haven't gone through stuff in a long time. So I want to make sure that we're thoroughly going through it. Now, for today, I would really like to focus on the refrigerator, the top of the refrigerator. That hasn't been cleaned out in years. I don't know what the heck is living up there. I mean, some stuff I do, but years. Then the freezer. We haven't gone through the freezer in a while, and I want to go food shopping later today. So I kind of want to make sure we go through that and reset it. Then also the front of the fridge. That's something that I rarely clean off because there's so many pictures and magnets and things, and even things on the side of it that we really got to get to. So I kind of want to focusing on kind of like decluttering that, reorganizing it, and giving that a good wipe down. All right, we're going to start on the top of the fridge because I've never decluttered the top of the fridge before, so let's get in here. Now, looking where to start, I'm going to actually start with what's actually mine, and that's going to be this. This is like dehydration sticks, or should I say hydration sticks with a little bit of energy. It's from last year. They're still good till December 2025, so we'll make sure to use it up this summer. Now, this right here is my collagen peptides that I put in my chamomile tea, and this is still good. I'm going to be checking all the expiration dates as we go through things. Now, this is hubby's, and this was hubby's too, but this is pretty expired. Now, he puts a lot of his workout stuff up here because he's tall and he can reach it, but there's some stuff that's been forgotten up here that's way past expired, and some of this stuff he still uses, like the whey protein and everything that's in the front corner. All that stuff is still good, but this caffeine, yeah, this is expired. This right here, this is still good, and this is really expired. So I'm going to be letting the expired stuff go, but I'm still going to show hubby just to confirm what we're keeping and what we're going to actually let go of. Now I can feel that this is empty, so that's going to be an easy tossy. And this is our ice bucket that we just used for Easter. It was washed and hubby put it back up here. And what's way back here is one of my cake carriers, because when the kids were little, I used to always make a lot of cakes or cupcakes and take it to the party. It was easy for travel, and this is just one of many of them that are up there. Now let's move to the other side, and this G Fuel stuff is the boys. I feel like this was more popular like 2 years ago, but right now I'm just checking the powder to see if it's still good. Their shakers, seeing if they still want it, and surprisingly, the powder is still good, and sometimes Tyler does make it, but this right here, the single packets, this is expired. So that is an immediate tossy. This is hubby's stuff. Again, this stuff is expired, so I'm going to throw it out, but I'll just double make sure with him. Now, this container has Easter candy, and let me tell you, this Easter candy is older than 2020 because this is where I used to store it because they were little and I didn't want them eating all the candy, and then we forgot about it. When we started to move it to that bottom drawer was around 2020. So this is so old that I'm going to throw it out immediately because it was just Easter and I don't want anyone confusing it as if it's good. Now, this was hubby's, and clearly it's old and expired, so we're definitely going to toss this out. Now, this powder used to be mine. I know this is old. I know this is like back in 2017 and 18, and I got to throw these containers out. Now, I'm very short. I can't reach the back one, so I had to get tongs to get to it. But yeah, it expired in 2018. So this is also a tossy. Now, this is another cupcake holder that I have that I did love using. I used to use this all the time. I probably bought it back in like 2016. I love that it was like the carousel and I could carry it for birthday parties and different kids events. And I am going to keep it. We don't use it as much as we used to, but we have used it. Now, this is the round cake holder carrier, and just bear with me as I hold the phone, stretch across the top of the fridge, and try to pull this thing off. And now we have cleared off the top of the fridge. As you can see, hubby had made like a shelf like a very long time ago. I guess tried pulling some of the weight off of the top of the fridge and just giving it extra shelving units. But this needs to be cleaned off. But first, let me show you what we're getting rid of. This is what we're letting go of because it's expired. Hubby gave the A-OK. He's not using it. So we're going to throw this out immediately. Now this right here, this is actually still good and hubby doesn't use it. So I put it on my Facebook Townsgiving page and someone's coming up to pick it up. Since it expires July of this year, there's plenty of time to finish this out. Now, you know me as a recovering hoarder. I had to make sure that I was recycling all the containers. So I took the time to empty out all the pills, all the powder into the trash can so that I could put it into the recyclable bin and feel better about letting all of this go into the trash. To clean the top of the fridge, I used Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner and started wiping it all down with a wet rag because, oh my gosh, this was dirty. But as I got further back, it was hard to reach because I'm so short that I got the tongs to try and swipe the back of it. But then I remembered I had one of those Swiffer extender brushes. So I grabbed it so I could at least start cleaning all of the dust that was all the way in this back corner because I can't remember the last time this was all wiped clean. All right, now it's time to move over to the freezer because it's been a while since we've been in here, but I feel like I have been very mindful making sure that we've been using up frozen food. Now, obviously, this AMC cup, it was from the Minecraft movie from the kids, and we're tossing it out. This was from Easter, so my son just put it in there. And this is just like the ice tray and the ice chest right here, and we're just pulling it all out. Now, Eggos is a very popular breakfast item in this house, and honestly, all I'm doing is just pulling everything out and checking expiration dates. Now, this is my mac and cheese from Easter. I made so much mac and cheese. I knew we weren't going to finish it all, so I cut it up into portion size and I put it in the freezer so they can have it at a later time. Now, admittedly, here's the hoarder in me. I've already eaten these little crispy chicken things. I saved the bag and I saved the little packet of sweet and sour sauce because I thought, oh, I'll save the sauce. And when I make chicken, maybe I should try a sweet and sour recipe. And I saved the bag so I could keep track of how old it is. And clearly, I never executed this master plan of mine. So it's time to just throw this out. And yes, there's a lot of Purdue nuggets because they were on sale. My kids love them, especially for a quick Friday night meal. I like to eat these for lunch, and these are really good. They're on sale, and I love making them for some veggies in a part of a meal. We have some hamburgers and stuff like that we'll be cooking up really soon. And then this chicken is pretty new. I forgot to write the date on it, but I know that it's good, and we'll be cooking them up really soon. Now, these popsicles are from when Tyler had pneumonia and helped with his sore throat, but luckily they are still good, and it's perfect because summertime is coming right up. And this is just aluminum foil, so tossy. The corn is still good. Hallelujah. And some tater tots and just stuff that the boys love. And again, it's like that quick Friday, Saturday fun meal. Now, admittedly, these are mine from this Easter. I love my Reese's in the freezer. So good. And here's finally some fruit. So yes, there is frozen fruit in here that we do eat, but this was way in the back and she's about to expire. Now, I cannot believe I found an Easter Reese cup from last year. That is last year because I didn't buy this shape this year. I bought the eggs that I showed you. So yeah, that's a tossy. And of course, I'm taking the racks out so that I can have the freezer completely empty. Now,
Is there a lot of crumbs at the bottom of this freezer? Yes, there is, but that is quite okay. We are going to give this a really good cleaning. And if you have a lot of food in your freezer and a ton of crumbs like I do, it's okay. Give yourself grace. So what? We all have crumbs at the bottom of our freezer and our fridge. It's a part of life. I just want to give yourself grace that it's okay if your freezer, the refrigerator got some crumbs, you had to throw some food out. Life happens and sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything. What's important is that we're giving ourselves grace to go through the process and know that we got this. Now, as I'm trying to put the food back, I am trying to stick the labels out so we can read what food it is, have like with like categories like vegetables together, fruit together. But I'm also working with the existing behaviors that already occur. Let me explain. For years, certain food products were in certain corners of the freezer, and I'm trying not to mess up with that system because I feel like you're more successful when you keep up with the existing behaviors and just making little tweaks along the way instead of installing a completely new organizational system. Now, we're working on the side door here. I'm checking dates. A lot of this is vegetables, also a lot of ice packs. Now, I do have a lot of ice packs that I put in the cooler in the summertime because we belong to the community pool. So I'm always using that. And the veggies, they're looking good. And I had to laugh at this random piece of garlic bread. I don't know how old it is. I totally had to throw that out. But now we have to wipe down the shelving units in this because I don't know the last time I wiped it down, but it actually looked pretty good, so I'm not mad at it. And now the freezer, she's been reset. She looks excellent. There is plenty of room. We're ready for summer, and I'm very happy how this came out. Now, this is the tossy pile. Not bad. There's not a lot of food waste here, which also makes me happy and shows that being mindful and light meal planning is working. And of course, I'm throwing it out right away. Now, let's move to the front of the fridge. Now, I admittedly have not taken these pictures off and wiped the front. I don't want to sound gross, but it's probably been like 10 years, I swear, because a lot of these pictures, you can tell they're very old. It's from when the kids were little, and I just kept putting the newer pictures in the front. So the goal is we're taking all of the pictures, the magnets, everything down so that I can give it an official, really good wipe down. And going through this, it's definitely memory lane. I'm getting all the feels and all the emotions as we're cleaning it. Now, this is funny. I went to go get the magnets on the side, and it looked like Tyler's Easter candy container from pre-2020 fell to the side at some point over the years. Yeah, that candy is prehistoric, or at least pre-COVID. It's crazy because I never even noticed that it fell to the side. So of course, yes, we are immediately throwing this out. Now I'm going to wipe down the front of the fridge. Now, this isn't actually stainless steel. It appears to be, but it's not. So I use Mrs. Meyer's and water and a wet rag and just giving this a really good scrub down. Now it looks clean. It looks amazing. It almost looks weird to me because I've never seen it like this in such a long time, but I have noticed, and so has hubby, that the past couple of months, there's been a lot of condensation and wetness on the floor. So hubby has to pull the refrigerator out and see what's going on behind it. Because yeah, you could see where the water is collecting on the floor and kind of causing damage to it. Now, this little thing fell to the floor, and look, it's been soaking up water for a while. So that has to be an immediate tossy, even though it has the boys' doodles in it from who knows how long ago. Now, as hubby is trying to figure out what's wrong with the refrigerator, where the leak's coming from, and also cleaning up the floor, I'm peeling off a lot of these old magnets, giving the sides sides of the refrigerator a really good scrub down, just wiping everything off while he's doing that. As for the pictures and how I want to arrange them in the front, I did get these little like magnet frames just so it looks nicer. And these pictures fit perfectly into here. They even fit perfectly for making a little loose collage. I wanted the front of the fridge to look a little more cleaner. And as much as I love these little magnet frames, I didn't realize that there wasn't an actual magnet on the back to stick on the frame, but I love how God works, because we had just found this magnet tape in the attic literally last episode. So how perfectly aligned is that? I'm just taking the magnet tape. I'm going to put a strip on the back on all 3 frames so that we can hang it up. Now, this one actually is a fridge magnet. And of course, I'm just going to be doing the same thing. I'm just getting the pictures, sliding them into the sleeve, and also, since I have a lot of small pictures, kind of creating these mini collages. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, I lived collages. My room used to be a wall of collages. And now it's time to start putting things back. So the fridge isn't broken, but it needs a tray underneath to collect the condensation. Hubby'd ordered it, and it'll be in later in this week. So in the meantime, we got the A-OK to finish this out. We're putting, of course, the cake carriers up on the top. Now this tray right here, I got on the Facebook Townsgiving page. Now, I normally don't pick up things from there, but my gut was like, you're going to need this in your future. It was probably like 2 months ago before St. Patrick's Day. It didn't work in the original girl's space, so she gave it away. Now, I realized that this is perfect for the top of the fridge, keeping everything together. And eventually down the road, I'll have the top of the fridge where it's completely cleared out. But this is what feels good for my baseline today, because I love how this looks. This looks great. Now it's time to move over to the magnets, and I'm just aligning everything nice and neat. Same with the front of the fridge. Eventually, I'll change my baseline to where I'll have less and less things. But for today, this is what really makes me happy. My putting some of my favorite magnets and the sea turtle. That's actually very important because the sea turtle represents the shore and me and my boys' happy place, and that maybe one day we'll have a shore house. And now, I am so happy to show you the refrigerator. Now, this actually was a lot more work than intended. I wasn't even expecting the leaks and fixing some of the things, but that's okay. We did amazing. Everything looks good. The freezer looks amazing. The front of the fridge, to me, looks nice and clean and sharp and organized. And overall, I love how this turned out. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today, too.